The results of the midterm elections could decide the future of abortion access right here in the U.S. Ted Linder takes a look at how the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade is inundating clinics in states where the procedure is still legal, plus the health and safety risk abortion bans are posing on patients seeking the treatment.
Healthcare and access to abortion continues dominating the minds of many voters heading into the midterm elections.
If you don't vote, if you don't do the right thing, you can't complain.
Most abortions are now banned in more than a dozen states. And according to a recent study published in the journal JAMA, 1 in 3 women now live more than an hour away from an abortion clinic since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade back in June.
There's a perception that if you are seeking care, you can find it somewhere, and that's not true. There are people who are going without care because they cannot get in, or they can't get in on time, or they can't figure out the travel.
Doctors warn delaying abortions can cause severe health complications for some patients. Adding, states outlawing the procedure are only forcing women living there to find help across state lines.
It was just idiotic for a law to be put in place that you can't do what you feel is necessary for your body, and not even your body, but your mental health also.
Since the downfall of Roe, officials in Kansas City, Kansas, say they've been inundated with women from Arkansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas seeking treatment. Overwhelmed, doctors say they're only able to help between 10 to 15% of patients who want an abortion.
That's insane. That's a lottery. Like, to get in to get basic health care. That to me is devastating.
A study says a key ingredient used to make beer could help prevent a dreaded aging disease. A study funded by the government in Italy says hops, a flowering plant used to help beer's fruity or bittering flavor, can help prevent Alzheimer's disease. The scientists say hops has compounds that prevent harmful proteins from clumping in the brain. Research showed one particular hop used in large lagers and light ales had the most success in preventing Alzheimer's issues. The scientists were cautious to say their research doesn't encourage more beer drinking. Inflation may affect what your child gets at school lunches, according to a report. The Wall Street Journal says many school districts are raising costs for school lunch meals, and some options are now reduced. Food service managers in several states say they've had no choice but to cut back fruit and red meat while passing costs on to parents. A federal relief program that provided free lunches for all students during the pandemic expired in June. School districts say the cost of some food items like flour or corn tortillas for lunches are up 50%. A government survey on the housing market says buyers and sellers are on the same page when it comes to their thoughts on the housing market. Fannie Mae, the government-backed mortgage company, says that consumer confidence in the housing market has dropped to its lowest level ever since the survey started in 2011. 16% of buyers in October thought it was a good time to buy, and among sellers, 42% said it was a bad time to sell. The average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage has now topped 7%. 29% of Americans say home affordability will affect their choices. Stay with us. We have more coming up.